Tyra, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
So good. I cannot wait to see what host and executive producer Tyra Banks is going to bring to Dancing with the Stars this season. You're going to take it to another galaxy. Are you ready for it?
I am ready.
Yes.
I am so ready. Yes.
So, are you as excited about the lineup as we all are?
I am so excited. Like I keep thinking of like different names. A different name will like pop up in my head. Like I'm like, oh my God, Nelly. Oh my God, Carole Baskin. Oh my God, like it's just like AJ McLean. It just keeps like it just keeps coming.
Speaking of Carole Baskin, I did not have Tiger King on my Dancing with the Stars bingo card, I have to say. Was that a surprise to you? And what do you think of the choice?
It was a surprise. So when the team told me, I was like, okay, you guys want the entire country watching the show because they will. With Carole Baskin on this show, they're just going to watch, Nobody could take their eyes off of Tiger King. I remember watching it with my family and we just were like,
oh yeah.
So I think, and I think the beauty about Dancing with the Stars is seeing people out of their comfort zone, right? Mm-hmm. So you're going to see Carole dancing. I don't even know if that's out of her comfort zone. She might be able to drop it like it's hot for all I know. But perceived comfort zones, right? So
yes.
it's just going to be exciting.
Yeah. Well, one person who's not stepping outside of his comfort zone would be AJ McLean from the Backstreet Boys. Are you a Backstreet Boys fan?
Okay. So my friend, one of my best friends is Canadian, and I was in Canada visiting her, and she's like, "Do you want to go to a Backstreet Boys concert with me?"
Right.
And so I'm like, "I'm kind of tired. Maybe I'll just stay at your house with your son." She's like, "You better come." I came. I was screaming like a 13-year-old at that concert. I was like, after the show, I was like, where are they? Let's go hang out where they're hanging out. And I was like, who am I? I'm not a groupie. Like, I was so into it. Oh my gosh.
I can forecast some fangirl moments then.
Oh my God. I'm going to be like, ah!
Okay, what about the, so now that you're executive producer of the show, are we going to be doing anything differently this season?
Yeah, there are a few things that we want to do differently. You're going to see some obvious changes just based on the state of the world today,
right?
That are not necessarily because I'm a new executive producer. And then there's some sprinklings of some pixie dust and some ideas that I've had to take it to the next level, to switch things up, to bring in, kind of a younger audience, to be able to bond with the older audience, which I think is magic.
Yes.
So you'll be seeing some little things.
Okay, I love that. So, you took over for Aaron and Tom, who were beloved hosts in and of themselves. Tom's been hosting the show for 15 years. Those are some big shoes to fill.
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge shoes to fill. Yes.
And so, as far as the judges go, are we going to be seeing the same lineup as last season?
Yeah, so
okay.
Carrie Ann is back as a judge. Bruno is back as a judge. We're trying to figure out how to incorporate Lynn. There are some travel restrictions right now, as the world knows. We're all going through this together. So we're trying to figure out how Lynn can be incorporated into the show right now.
What about Derek Hough? I heard that he's coming back, but in what capacity? Do we know yet?
Yeah, so Derek is coming back. We're excited about the fact that he's coming back, and we will let you know how he's coming back next week. You'll just have to tune in and see.
I love it. So, some contestants have already been in rehearsals. Has anyone stood out to you, and have you even gotten a chance to see the rehearsals yet?
I have not gotten to see any rehearsals yet.
Okay.
So I have no idea. So you and I are kind of like on the same level of ability right now in terms of knowing what how everybody's doing.
Tell us how things are going to be different now with precautions over this pandemic. I know there's not going to be an audience, so how's that going to play into it?
Yeah, there's not going to be a live audience, and that's a big deal, right? But the wonderful thing is that we will be in the ballroom. So a lot of shows that have a studio, they're not shooting in their studio. Dancing with the Stars is, but they are taking huge precautions for everyone to be safe. As we said, there's no audience. However, the lighting team is going to do fantastic things, or you're going to feel so much energy, even though there's not thousands of people in that room. There we have about 3 married pro dancer couples. Those couples are not going to be able to see each other while they are competing on the show. So if you can imagine, like the love of your life, and you will not be able to live with them. You will not be able to go within 8 feet of them.
Ooh, yeah, that's kind of crazy.
It's pretty amazing. Yeah.
So you invented the Smize, and I feel like the Smize is more important now than ever because we're all wearing masks. But how important is smizing to the dance?
I think with dance, it is important to dance with your entire body.
Yes.
And your face, right? So if there's a romantic song and you're dancing like this, even if you're hitting all the moves perfectly, but you're dancing with this blank face, it doesn't sell it. So the smize is everything.
Yeah.
And there's all different types of smizes, right? There's a romantic smize, and there's the happy smize, and then there's the sinister smize, and there's all these different things. And I think that if these stars master that, they can actually Jedi mind trick the judges. Because imagine if you're a little, right, if your point is off or your hand is doing something kind of weird, but your face is like that.
Right.
The judges will get like a little hypnotized and won't be able to see the mistakes.
I agree, 100%. Because that was something that they talked about last season on Dancing. They were like, you know what? Everything else was on point except for your face.
Exactly. You don't want to see 1, 2, 3.
No.
1, 2, 3.
So you, of course, hosted America's Got Talent. I know that, Simon just had his mishap. Have you been in touch with him at all?
I don't have a personal relationship with Simon, but when I was on the show, like, he was lovely. We haven't stayed in touch since, but I hope he's okay. I read about that, and I'm like, whew, that seems pretty serious.
Yeah.
But it seems, from what I've read, that he seems to be doing better.
I mean, I know he'll be back very soon, so it's all good. Thank you, Tyra Banks. You're the best. I cannot wait for this new season.
Thank you for watching. If you want more extra, hit the subscribe button and the bell so you'll never miss a video.